and welcome back. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I thought to kick off our unit plan on the parts of a plant that we would take a venture outside to the playground and you guys would be able to sketch your favorite plant. But first, I think that we should have a mini lesson on the basics of how to sketch a plant. The basics of sketching are easy and fun. What you all will need to perform your sketches are one sketch notebook and also a drawing utensil, which today we will be using a soft leaded pencil. When it comes to sketching, the most important thing is to have your tools ready. So by having your tools ready, it will allow you to experiment, which is all what sketching is about. This will allow you to use your creativity when you venture out to the playground and sketch your favorite plant. So when I'm going to explore sketching, the most important thing is just to get your pencil and just explore and see what this utensil can do. So for example, how dark of a line I can make by pressing really hard into the paper, putting pressure right on the tip and drawing back and forth. And then if you want to experiment making a soft line, you take your utensil and barely press it across the paper, soft enough like you wouldn't tear a tissue. You really want to experiment with the different lines that you can make, as sketching is all about experimenting and self-expression, and be able to use your creativity when making thicker lines or light lines that you can barely see that would depict a shadow. My suggestion for all of you is to really experiment with lines. I would say take your drawing utensil and create circles on your page. You can do that light or even darker. I would say create dashes. You can do those darker or lighter as well, whether what feel you want to create. Also, you can, think of a word such as exciting, and what lines come to your mind when you hear the word excited? Would it be, real quick, excited dashes, or would it be something sort of soft yet subtle down at the bottom, maybe a little bit darker to create something like a firework? Other things you can think of are experiences that you've had, such as a trip to the ocean and you would want to mimic the calm, soft waves, or even a more exciting trip to the amusement park where you create dark, exaggerated lines across of the page. So now that you all have practiced certain sketching techniques, such as creating dark and light lines and using different shapes with your writing utensil, I'm going to demonstrate for all of you how to sketch an object that is in front of you that we will be using later on when we take our trip to the playground. So now we're going to put all of the skills that we learned together as I'm going to sketch this face. So what I want you all to do is first start out with those light lines that we talked about before, barely touching the paper as you wouldn't rip a tissue. Then when you come around, you're creating that circle with a sketch. You keep your eyes strictly on the paper and glance up at the object as you're coming down to form the shape that you see with your eyes. As you're coming around, make sure to capture all of the outline curves of the object and swoop around as I am with this vase. It's much easier if you keep your eye on the vase or the object that you are sketching and just create what you think you see on the paper. As you can see, I'm just creating an outline sketch using those light lines with my pencil, barely touching the page. Now that I have my outline sketch, I want you guys to practice the dark shading that we used previously in the week to form all of the shadows that you see around the object. As I'm keeping my eyes on the object, I'm looking to see that there's a dark rim being present on the vase as I draw. So I want to really create that and capture that within my sketch. Also, I see that there's a shading on the bottom of the vase that I really want to capture within my sketch to show my viewer that there is light present on this object that is creating a dark shadow amongst the vase. When you sketch, it is perfectly okay to keep going over what you have previously done and just make sure that you are capturing everything that you see. So now that I finished the rough sketch of my still object, the vase, I just want to re-emphasize that the importance of hardly picking up your pencil. You want to only pick up your pencil minimum times when you are doing a sketch, as you really want to capture all the continuity of the object that you're sketching. So now I'm going to put all of the sketch work in your hands, as I feel totally confident that you can create a sketch of an object. So I want to send you guys back to your desks, and you're going to pick one object that you brought with you today, whether that's a water bottle or a pencil or even a notebook that's in front of you, and create a rough sketch using the proper techniques that we demonstrated during my mini lesson. This will be very helpful for all of you, as when we venture out to the playground and do a rough sketch of your favorite plant that you may see every day.